Hello and welcome to my first ever YouTube channel. My name is Megan, and so many people have told me that I should start a YouTube channel, so here I am. I'm going to take you through my regular just makeup routine. So I'm going to start with my Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. So we'll go ahead. Then I want to add a little primer. I do have larger pores that I like to kind of fill in, and I'm using the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. Next, I'm using my favorite foundation right now, and that is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric. This, I feel like I have been looking my whole life for this. And I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Morphe Collab foundation brush and just go in with little circles, and I bring it down onto my neck to make sure we have a good match and no harsh lines. Okay. Then just yesterday in the mail came my Jeffree Star concealer. So this is not just a Jeffree Star video, but since some of his products just arrived for me, I'm going to go ahead and use them. I used this yesterday with his setting powder, and I really liked how it looked. So we get a little help there. And then in my highlighting areas. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and just start to dab those out. And I just want to dab in those areas that are giving me a little bit of problems. The areas that kind of shine through on my foundation. And make sure that's really well blended and there's not just a ton of product sitting on my face. So then I'm going to take the Jeffree Star JS2 brush, and I'm also going to be using Jeffree's setting powder. I'm going to set my under eyes with this powder. This powder smells amazing, by the way, too. It's like this cotton candy wonderfulness. Then I'm going to go in with Kylie's powder in the color beige, and I pretty much just do the rest of my face with this. And I think that gives a really nice matte soft finish. I also have Kylie's loose illuminating powder, and I love this. So for this, I just go in a little heavier on my bronze areas. So it's not my only bronzer, but I just use it to sort of blend the beige and the white together. Then I will do my bronzing. For this, I'm using the Too Faced chocolate bronzer, and I use milk chocolate because I'm pretty fair. So for this, I'm just gonna go in around my forehead and down the sides, and chisel in here and bring it down. Help define that jaw. And then I have a just a little smaller, the Jeffree Star brush, and I use that just on the sides of my nose and kind of fling it into my eyebrow to just help snatch that nose a little bit and bring it down and connect those 2 points. World of difference, right? I do like to do all of my face makeup, and then I start on my eyes. I am just going to go in with a light blush. This is the Benefit Dandelion. This is just one of my favorite blushes. Now we are going to do the eyes, and I've been loving the Fenty eye primer, so that's sort of what I've been sticking to. Then I will go in. Now I do put foundation on my eyes, as you saw, so I don't use a lot of this, and then I just like to use my one finger and blot it out and up to my brow. Today I'm going to be using the KKW Classic Blossom palette. This is one of my ride or die palettes. I am absolutely loving this palette. The Jeffree brush again. I don't know, it was just looking at me, so I went with it. And I'm going to start right here in my crease and just sort of feather it out a little. And I want it to be a little bit dark because I'm going to go over it with more transitional shades. And we'll do that on this eye. And then I'm going to take a real fluffier brush. In my crease I used the color Chai. And now to do a little blending out, there's no way that color is called Cherry, because I would think that this is Blossom, but next to Blossom is Cherry, so I guess I'm going in with Cherry. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but so I'm going to use that shade there and just sort of blend that whole thing in and bring it forward to the front of my eye. And just sort of smooth it over, if you will. And we'll start to just flick it out. And the same on this side. Next, I'm going to take just a smaller sort of angled brush, and I'm going to dip into Hanami and Blossom, and then just sort of underline my brow a little bit with those. It's this real pink and light pink colors. And then just sort of bring that out and blend that into the lighter brown color that we did there. But this is sort of what I have going on here. And the last thing I'm going to do is take just a flat, what I call a cat paw brush. And that's just because I think it looks like a little cat paw. And I'm just going to press this onto my lid into the inner corner and out. Just sort of bringing it out. I'm then going to go in with a fluffier but more precise brush and dip back into the color Chai, and just go back in on the inner corner, or the outer corner, and the crease and just blend that into this gold foil shadow. And the brush I grabbed is actually not the one that I wanted. I wanted this one, just a little tighter and can help me really get on in there. Then, to connect the whole thing together, I'm going to use a tiny, tiny little one and go back in with Chai and very tight under my lash line, draw that out. Very, very tight under the lash line. Like that. I want to do the same on the other side. And into the corner and sort of create a very small wing-like look. And then, similar to the last one, just a pointed, fluffier brush. I'm going to go in with, what did we say that was? Yeah, I don't understand how that one is cherry. Just keep looking because I don't quite get it. And I'm going to then, not so tight, blend out that line. So it just blends this out, just like that. All right, I like this look. This is very common for me though. I'll tell you, I did not step out of my box at all with this one. So the next thing that I would do is the lashes. The Ardell, those are my everydays. I buy so many of them just all the time. I only use them once, that's probably why, which may not be my best quality. So I pull my lash from the end, so you can see how it goes in shorter here and longer there. I pull it from the end, and I use these all the time, so I know exactly my length, and I cut off the excess piece. Good. So I take my lash and I do, my tried and true is Duo Black Glue. So, okay, then I set that just to dry. So it's going to dry at the moment, not fully dry, but I want it to get really tacky. I don't want the glue wet. Oh, so while it's drying, I'm going to go in with one coat of mascara. Right now, I am all about this Damn Girl Too Faced mascara. Oh my gosh. First, I'm gonna curl quickly. Give just a little curl. So we just do one coat, which I'm sure you saw me do 1,000 times, but this is what one coat is for me. Then I'm going to realize that I actually pulled my left eyelash first. So we're going to curl, and your glue will not fully dry, but I do feel like I need to just put this in a little quicker motion here, and then we will apply our lash. So I will use my Lily clippers, and I grab the lash. I like to grab it sort of in the middle, and I hold my mirror down here so that I'm looking down. I will slightly close my eye, and then we'll put the lash on. I just have to get a little more in place there. So I realize I'm probably holding this mirror very inconveniently. And I push it on and look at it from the top. And then again, I'll just push down my glute area. And then I go like this to lift it so that the lashes aren't facing down or straight, but they're facing more up. And give a little bit more of a flirty look. And now we'll do the first eye that I thought we started. I don't think that's the correct term, but again, I pull from the long end. That's the end that you want to cut. You always want to cut the long end of your lashes, or the outer corner is what I should say. You always want to cut the outer corner of your lashes, because the way it goes from small to large, if you cut from the small side, you're starting right then with a longer piece on your inside corner. And then it's just not going to look as natural. So my tiny little pieces are right here with my natural tiny little pieces. And I don't do anything to disrupt the cascade. And I'll show you, I just put a very thin strip of glue on there. My finger looks dirty just because when I flicked my lashes, they were still a little wet. So I am gonna let that sit again just for a second. I do feel confident that this other side has dried a little better, and I just 2 or 3 blinks. With my Ardell's, I might go a little bit heavier because, like I said, after this, I'm just tossing them. So, okay. Now we're gonna go on with the other side, which I just realized I did not trim. I was like, why does this look so long? So we're gonna cut that little piece off. So again, I hold my mirror down here, so I'm looking down, and I just slightly close my eye as well. If you're ever putting lashes on someone, you never want their eye fully closed. You want them just to look down, and that's how you sort of get your perfect spot. And for the record, I did already trim them because there's not 3 pieces in my little garbage here, so I was like, now it's short. That piece had glue on it, so I might just try to tack it on the end. So that piece already had glue on it. It was sitting right here on a cotton swab, so I just picked it up and put it right on there, and she's on there. Last piece. Everyone watching this is going to probably hate me right now because I don't do anything with my brows except put a little tint on them. Eyebrows are such a thing right now, and I'm sorry because I don't know, I can't do them. Maybe I don't practice enough. I mean, I got something going on, but I'm definitely not to today's standards. So then I really make the front part look like real hairs, well, because they are. And then I comb out the rest and I bring it down. This side's tail end is a little shorter, sometimes does get lost. In those cases, I will give myself just a little bit more of a tail, and I use the Anastasia brow pencil. Right, now I did do all of my face makeup before, but I always leave off highlighter because occasionally I'll rest my hand and then it just tracks it everywhere. So since we've been so heavy on Jeffree, I'm gonna go in with Jeffree King Tut, and I'm actually going to use my Artist Couture fan brush. 9 times out of 10 I will use an Artist Couture highlighter, if we're being honest. But today this one was just out. I love this fan brush. I have a few different fan brushes, but this is by far my favorite one. The Artist Couture one really does everything I need it to. This is their tapered brush, and I go in here and just get that real high point. A little here on my bronzed areas, and I will take a very teeny tiny one and just right under my eyebrow. I think this helps with my arch a little bit too. Second to last step for me and my routine is my lips. And I was like, where are they? But I forgot to put them away. So I have been loving these two. Not the whole trio, but just these two here. I take this color, which is Hustle Honey, and I go in on the outside corners and just provide a little definition. And if you'll see, I've left a little center space, which I go in with Money Mindset, and I just work that right into the middle for this sort of ombre look. But I do a pretty good job of blending it. And the last step. Are you guys ready for this? I keep trying this. If you guys have tried the Anastasia Dewy set, let me know what you think. Let me know how you use it. I'm looking at myself and I have one more thing. This is my Pretty Vulgar nude eye pencil. A lot of people have been going in with white. I can't do the white. It's so stark on my face. I like that better. Okay, now we will set and spray. I'm not getting a fine mist out of this, so if anyone else is getting a fine mist out of this, let me know. Maybe I just need a new one, and mine is faulty or something like that. So I put it back as far as I can, I promise. And I just give myself the spray. Can you guys see all that? And my last favorite part, I save all of these cards that come in my packages and I use them to fan myself. Once my setting spray is on. This is what I call my final look. This can be an everyday thing for me. This could be a date night. I hope you guys liked. How do you call it, a gloss with this? Oh yes. Where has this been all my life? Glosses are so in right now, and I honestly wasn't sure how I was feeling about them at first, but hi, I'm really digging it. Trick, in case you don't know it, I always get lipstick on my teeth. My boyfriend hates it. All of that is what ends up on your teeth. It takes nothing away from my lips, but then it keeps you pretty clean from off your teeth. I hope you guys enjoyed my first YouTube video. If this was successful, if you found it helpful, please let me know down below, and then maybe I will make more or keep doing them. I want to learn how to do some more cool things, and if you guys want to come along with me in that journey, like this video, give it a thumbs up, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see where I go from here. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this.